morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Trying to admit everybody, but it's not admitting everybody. There they go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, okay. All right. Your test is still Friday. Put in some more practice worksheets for you to work on. So you are working on cell cycle, pedigree practice, sex link worksheets. Your test is not open until Friday. At least it shouldn't be. So maybe it's showing. I don't know why it's showing, but it's showing. It's showing for me. No, it's showing for you too. See something. It's locked. Okay. So it's not available until Friday. Okay. All right, but what is available to you is the Calico Cat worksheet that we talked about yesterday. So you can work on that. And the other thing that I have put in the module for you, because you're what date is that too? We have to do that benchmark, but we don't do the benchmark again until after when the next 9 weeks starts. So we have to do the week of the 16th. So not next week, but the week after. We need to look at the benchmark test again.
I can barely hear you.
That's because my mic is up in the air. Thank you. All right. I was saying that we have to do the benchmark test again, but not until the week of the 16th. So I'll let you know exactly when we're going to open that up for you to do again. For Friday's test. All right. So you need to work on the worksheet I gave you yesterday with the Calico Cat. And then for additional practice, we have, this may take a minute because I just put it there. When I do that, it takes a minute to show up on my page. Oh, there it goes. Cool. All right, so there's some questions here for you to look at. And these are just study guide questions for you to practice and look at. Okay. All righty. So test. Today is light day for you to do catch up on anything you need to catch up on. Again, Friday is the deadline for anything that is outstanding. So if you owe anything, I can't grade it after Friday. So make sure you have that turned in. And your test is Friday. There we go. All right, so anything that you want graded needs to be turned in Friday so it can be graded by me by next week, because report cards indicate, and this indicates the last of the 9 weeks. After that, we start a new 9 weeks. So any work we do next week is going on the next 9 weeks. It'll be due after the 12th, and we'll go on the next 9 weeks. Okay, we might actually do karyotyping, but we'll see. We will see. We will see. Okay. All right. So work on anything that is outstanding, and there's a whole list of things here for you to do. So make sure that you have done them. Most of you have, because a lot of you do things as soon, and I appreciate you so much. As soon as I put it out there, you do it. And that's wonderful. All righty. So again, catch up day. Do what you need to do. Practice what you need to practice. For the test is on Friday. pedigree. Okay, a question was asked about this pedigree chart. For the first one, they're giving you information. Oh, second, my page is lost you. There we go. Okay. So on this one, they're explaining to you what all the symbols are. So again, this is study. You need to know on a pedigree chart what all the symbols mean. So this is just explaining the symbols. So you do need to know, they're a male or a female, not necessarily having to use the X or the Y because the males are square and the females are round. You know that they are carrying the trait because it's shaded or not shaded if they're normal. All right, so then you have two questions to look at. So while they're giving you information about the X and Y chromosomes, that is so that you can read the chart correctly. Okay? All right, so based on the picture, they're telling you that hemophilia is a sex-linked disease, which is carried on the X allele. And it'll be X with this lowercase h, which does not allow the blood to clot. Females are homozygous recessive. Again, vocabulary. That means they have both of their X's have a small h. Okay. It says in this case, if the female is a carrier, only one of the X's will have a small h, the other will have a capital H. This is all information that they're giving you. Okay. It says if the individual in the second generation, that's this one, second generation, first generation, second generation, third generation. The females would have been dark circles. A female who was normal would be a regular circle. So all the circles in this diagram are regular circles. And all the males are shaded. That tells you something. So it said if individual 2 in the generation 3 were to marry a woman with no, so that means this individual here, generation 3, this one here, square that is darkened, was to marry a woman that was normal for blood clotting, which means she would look like this. What is the chance of their first child being hemophiliac? So you need to assume that he has X, small h, and Y to match up with this female here. So when you draw your Punnett square, that's the information that you're working with in order to answer this question, okay? You're dealing with this gentleman right here. Let me make this somewhat, make sure. All right, you're dealing with this gentleman right here. And he's going to be X, small h, Y. And he's going to be mated with a female who has two capital H's on both her X chromosomes. So that's the Punnett square you need to draw in order to answer this question. The next one, they're giving you information about pedigree again. I think I did this one with you. All right, so you need to fill in. All right, again, same thing, same information. This time they've numbered everybody. So on this one, you just need to, somebody asked about page 4. You do need to have that in your answer. All right, for this one, you just need to say, um, are they mom? Like number one is a circle, so that's mom or grandma. To number 10, that's the third generation. So this would be their offspring, would be the second generation. Their grandchildren would be the third generation. So 1 and 10, that's grandma and granddaughter, because that's a circle. Number 10 is a circle. Number 1 is a circle. Grandma, granddaughter. So that's what you need to say. Okay. And then you need to answer the questions there. And on this one, again, you need to look at all of the information that they give you, and they tell you if individuals one and two in generation two have another child. All right, so if we're numbering them, they would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 and 2 would be these two over here. If they were to have, so they've got 2 children already. If they were to have another child, what is the chance that that child will be normal? So you want to, um, the fact that, and you have to again look at the fact that this son has suffers from albinism. Okay, so he had to get it from mom. So mom is heterozygous. All right, which means it's a possibility that um, this individual is carrying the this she's heterozygous, which means it's possible for this one to be heterozygous as well. And we know that because they passed the trait on to one of their daughters, not the male. So it's carried on the X chromosome. Um, this one, so she's heterozygous because this one got a normal X chromosome. So this one got the X chromosome with the lowercase d. And remember, these are being used, they're using D for this one. Okay. So none of the males have albinism. And that's because they're getting that X, recessive X from mom. Only the daughters. And again, what you have to remember with pedigree and Punnett squares, while we draw 4 possibilities, they are just that, possibilities. Okay. In real life and not on paper, we could get all of the one box, could be the same box that you get every time. While it's 50% boys and 50% girls, sometimes we get all boys, sometimes we get all girls. Sometimes that one characteristic comes with everybody, sometimes it spreads out and we have different variety. So this Punnett square represents possibilities. Okay. Any other questions about any of the other worksheets? Hmm. All right, so again, as far as, oops, wrong. Okay. Yeah, there was a reason why I wanted you to put it in there. Has everybody downloaded the cell cycle worksheet? Because I'm about to delete that column since it has no points. That was just there for you to study. I'm going to delete the column, but hopefully you have already downloaded the cell cycle diagram. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right. You should have at least downloaded this. Okay. There was a video that you could look at to fill in the spaces. But this was practice. This was not for a grade. So make sure I'm gonna give you at the end of class, this column will disappear. So make sure you've downloaded the worksheet. Sex linked. Okay. I can pull that up. Why does it keep doing this to me? Sheet sounds like pedigree. All right. Yeah, I need to a couple of folks got this one wrong. When you write sex-linked traits, both of your chromosomes, not the Y, but if it's an X, both X's have to have a indication on it as to whether or not it is normal or not normal. Not, you can't just take one X and then leave the other X blank. Okay, so this was a chart up here for you to use, but that was not to say that you just put it on one X or the other. All right, so this one for a normal male, you had to say a male is an X and a Y. He is normal, and we're looking at color blindness. So for color blindness, Up here, they are using a B. Okay, and please use the ones, because somebody was using N's, and N's was not part of the characteristics. We're not looking at normal saying normal is N. We're using B, capital B, if they are are normal, and small b if they are colorblind. So this normal male is going to have an X with a capital B and a Y. There's nothing on the Y. Okay? A normal female will have two X's, but each one, because she's normal and she's not carrying, she's going to have both genes that look the same because it says it's homozygous. So that's XX with the H, capital H on both of the X's. Okay? All right, colorblind male. He's going to have an X and a Y, but because he is colorblind, his X will have this lowercase, B on it. And I said H before. That's going to be, we're talking about colorblind, so it's going to be B. Capital B's on those X's up there. Lowercase b on this one on the X and a Y. Nothing on the Y. So it's X, lowercase b, Y. Normal female, but she is carrying the allele. She's heterozygous, so it means she has two X's, but one X will have a capital B, the other X will have a lowercase b. Yeah, just write it, and I know most of us can't do that like a exponent. So if you know how to do the exponent, that's fine. But we were writing, let me pull it up on mine, because I think I had it on Canvas. Can I do this on Canvas? Yeah. Give me a second and I'll pull that up. Canva. And it's okay. We've been writing it like side by side. There we go. All right, we've been writing them side by side. And if I can make this extra big, I would. All right, so I didn't do the first part on this worksheet, but this is the second part. All right, so you see how I just wrote them side by side, and that's okay. All right, so this is the answer for C. And as some of you are getting the hang of putting the X's and Y's on the side and putting this stuff in the boxes, but you got to be able to read what's in the box. For this test on Friday, you're going to need to have a scratch paper on the side because you're going to need to work out your Punnett square on paper because it's not a Punnett square on the test, but there are questions that require the results of the Punnett square. So you're going to need to have a little piece of scratch paper so you can draw Punnett squares so that you can figure out which one of the choices is the right answer. Okay? Okie dokie. Any other questions? Because we are just at time. Any other questions? Any other questions? Did I answer your question, Ebony? Andre, I did put that one in for you. All right, we good? We good? We good? Have a nice lunch. See you Friday. Steady, steady, steady.